the joint session of Congress was a perfect opportunity. So I want to welcome nationally syndicated host of The Rob Carson Show, Rob Carson. He also has a show, What in the World, on Newsmax TV. Also, Mary Walter, a veteran broadcaster and conservative political pundit. She's the host of Mary Walter Radio. Welcome to you both. Two of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Hey, guys.
Hey.
Good morning.
All right, so let's talk about this. Rob, the presidential address to Congress, I have a lot of takeaways, but I want to get your view from 30,000 feet up first.
Well, I don't know if you heard about this morning. The DNC is now the DDC. It's the Democrat Daycare Center. We just got that this morning. Honestly, I got to tell you, and thank God that Mary and I could share our tweets on the air because we've been tweeting each other all morning. Honestly, the Democrat Party is shoveling dirt on itself in its grave, laying there, just grabbing arms full of it to cover them up. Their behavior last night was obviously expected, but if you look at this Congress and these people versus all of the Congress in history, I don't think you'd find a more petulant, self-serving, awful people who have no shame. Donald Trump ladled on 1,000 reasons why Joe Biden was an absolute failure, and they still defended him by being so abstinent and just, jerky last night. They really made themselves look like complete and utter fools. And Donald Trump delivered a speech for the ages. I've never seen a more optimistic speech. Obviously, we've never seen a speaker like Donald Trump. Never will. A guy who can weave seamlessly from improvisation to script. And honestly, I haven't seen this kind of optimism about the country since Reagan, and I even think he put the pedal to the metal on Reagan.
Yeah, I think that Mary, what did it for me was when I noticed that Democrats couldn't even stand and applaud a courageous little boy who was fighting cancer. Mary, these people are so consumed with hate and their inability now to force their will upon us. They don't know what to do with themselves. What do you think?
I'm glad you brought up that little boy. And I say little boy, he's 13 years old. He's just small because of his condition.
Little to me.
But, so he wasn't like everybody. We keep talking about a little boy, and I'm like, we're all acting like he's 6. But a 13-year-old boy. But, Trump was masterful in that. This is something that I want to bring up, so I'm glad you said it first, Chris, is that, Trump was masterful. Trump put the Democrats in the position of not standing or applauding a 13-year-old boy with brain cancer. Yeah. He made them sit on their hands when he awarded a man his dream of going, that he earned, but making the announcement that he's going to West Point to serve his country. It was masterful. And I was just watching MSNBC, and Chuck. I know I'm taking one for the team.
Really?
And I did. And Chuck Schumer's on, right? And Chuck, you know what their strategy is? This is delicious, and I don't know how it's happening. And it's a gift from God, I swear. Their strategy is they're going to become organized and do more protesting.
This is great, and folks, as everyone in the conservative movement was predicting this, because the Democrats. And this is the reason why they have no other place to go. They are standing up for men and women's sports. They're standing up for massive illegal immigration. They're standing up for crime. They're standing up for every other nation on the planet, communists, leftists, totalitarians. They couldn't even applaud a terrorist being caught and brought to American justice. But Rob, this point in the speech, because it's so much of the reason why President Trump was reelected, he looked right at the Democrats. He looked him straight in the eye, because we all know they were responsible for this. We all know that it was, let me backtrack. We know that both Republicans and Democrats have colluded and conspired against our people on illegal immigration for the better part of half century. But here's what President Trump said, because we've never endured such an insult as we have the last 4 years. Listen to this.
The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
Yeah. And
that was a master class, bro.
Wasn't that? You know what? There's so many things to read into that. What was your take?
Well, first of all, the Democrats protesting Donald Trump's presidency is like protesting cake for dessert. I mean, really? Honestly, what the hell? And one other note here real quick. If Donald Trump said, we've discovered a cure for cancer, Chuck Schumer would say, what did cancer ever do to you? I swear to God, that line, and everybody knows that was the line.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that was the line because he showed how the Democrat Party and Joe Biden abused the country, and he encapsulated in one line the destruction that they have caused, the fact that they did nothing as they destroyed the country, and then he also whizzed on Joe Biden's pathetic presidency and the Democrats' support of it. It really was. It was like it was a masterful line that people are going to be repeating for a long time.
Absolutely. And Mary, we noted the signs, and this shows, I think, how, I don't want to say dumb, but dumb applies. Dumb, stupid, unintelligent, whatever you want to do to describe this. These signs the Democrats were holding up, these people couldn't conceive how online influencers would take those signs and actually do some pretty creative things with them. I mean, CPAC did some wonderful things. Trump 2028 was put on all their little stupid signs. James Woods, the actor, said, what did they think the internet would do with these little signs? And it just shows you just how outclassed the anti-American Democrat Party is.
Oh, my gosh, there's so much to unpack here. But first of all, my favorite line, not to disagree with Rob, but my favorite line was when Trump called Elizabeth Warren Pocahontas.
Oh, wait a minute. I've got that. It's there, too. I've got that there. It's there, too. But continue.
Okay, so that was my favorite line. Those little signs, Stephen Colbert went on his show and he had one of those paddles and he said, I'm not sure what was going on there, if they were bidding on I don't know, we're bidding on, old baseball cards, or he goes, how about, so he goes, and so he went off on that, but then he holds his paddle up and on it says, why don't you do something?
Yeah.
And that's the problem, this protesting thing. Even Democrat supporters, even their cheerleaders are like, could you please be proactive? Instead of being against everything, could you please actually do something? And I think there's a lot of frustration among the base, and that is growing. And it's not maybe just the base. It's not like the Jasmine Crockett's. I know she's yours, so no offense about that. But
not mine. She's not in my district, you know. I mean, hell, she's a disgrace to Texas, and I'm going to talk about another disgrace to Texas. But finish your thought.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
So it's just the Democrats, without the mainstream media to push their message, and without the White House telling social media what to censor, they are lost. They're bumping into walls. They got buckets on their heads, and they're walking around trying to figure it out. And that's a big blow to them. They don't know what to do, and they're listening to the Jasmine Crockett's. They're listening to the AOCs, and Jasmine Crockett makes AOC look like a stateswoman, right?
Jasmine Crockett makes AOC look like Mensa, doesn't she? But look, folks, we're talking to Rob Carson and Mary Walter right now on the Chris Salcedo Show, and so I'm going to come back to Pocahontas here in a minute with Mary. But Rob, I want you to address, and I had a left-winger call up the radio show today defending Al Green. By the way, Al Green is a disgrace, is a degenerate, is a thug.
Yep.
And I asked this left-winger, I said, did you support Joe Wilson when he stood up and called Obama, said, you lie to Barack Obama? We were told that was the greatest sin to ever happen in a joint address to Congress or a State of the Union when Joe Wilson did that. Turns out Joe Wilson was right, but still a lot of people are saying that's not the place to do it. But this Democrat said, yes, Joe Wilson was wrong, but Al Green was right. Rob, your take.
Well, that's the. Did you see him with that walking stick? That's the Democrats in Congress version of raising Cain. And Nancy tried it with her walker. It didn't work so well. And I think, and I had heard originally that Al was pissed off because his paddle said number 143, and he was bidding on the Napa weekend. So he was a little angry that he was outbid. Honestly, when I think of Al Green, I think of, I don't know why I love you like I do. And what an insult to that man he is. My God, what an embarrassment that Al Green is And what he did last night was not only based on nothing, absolutely nothing. He had no, he doth protest too much. He's protesting against the fastest, most incredible flurry of goodness that the White House has seen ever. And he's standing up to pitch a fit about it. I don't know if you just saw this last night. CNN immediately afterwards, 80% of people, CNN viewers, said that Al Green was wrong in doing that. And it was so patently obvious. When I was cutting the audio last night while watching the show, I said the first of many disruptions, but it turned out to be the big disruption, and the rest they just sat there silently and sullen and acted like idiots
because they were all on social media, and they all saw the reaction from their own base to what Al Green did, and they sat and they said, nope, stop it, nobody else do this because it's not playing. They can't even defend it on CNN or MSN. No. Well, they did try to defend it on MSNBS, but those people are whack jobs over there. So let's pivot now, Mary, to Pocahontas, where President Trump this moment, I got to say, Mary, President Trump is saying, look, how many people want this war to go on for 5 more years? Thousands of people are dying every day. And then Pocahontas, the camera cuts away to Pocahontas clapping like some sort of trained seal. It was amazing to watch a Democrat senator from Massachusetts, again, disgracing Massachusetts, applauding for more war and applauding for more death. I thought it was a very poignant moment. What do you say?
I did. You hit the nail on the head. Her doing that was insane. But I think they've gotten to the part in the 7 stages of grief where they're at that part now where they just they can't. They're still at the beginning where they still can't believe that it's happened. They're in disbelief. They're still at the disbelief stage, and they just don't care anymore.
They don't.
They're so secure in their seats. She knows she's going to get reelected based on name recognition alone, if nothing else. Right? She knows she's going to get reelected. AOC got reelected. Jasmine Crockett will get reelected. They're so secure in that they can act however they choose. She can sit there and applaud because she knows there's a lobbyist around the corner with some big general contracting company, some war machine that is going to put money in her pocket.
Well,
so it's all about them at this point. It's not about the United States. It's not about their constituents. It's not about us. It's about them.
I think you guys, I think you put that is probably what defines the Democrats today. They just don't care. We say men ought to be in women's sports, and they really don't care that 80% of the country rejects it. We believe in more crime and pro-criminal policies, and they don't care that the American people don't want it. We believe in massive, uncontrolled illegal immigration. They don't care, and not even the media can carry their water anymore. Folks, Rob Carson and Mary Walter, 2 of my favorite people in the world. Guys, appreciate the time and analysis.
You bet, bro.
All right, talk to you soon. Telephone number.
Bye, guys.
Bye.